I got this off of Etsy if anybody wanted it. It's mad cute. It's embroidered, it's not printed. A little commemoration of this show and this YouTube series that I created. Hello, Avengers, welcome back to the initiative. My name is Vanessa, aka Cutcreaser, and this is my last installment of my WandaVision focused Marvel and makeup series that I've been doing on my channel. If you haven't seen my previous videos, you totally should, just to relive the WandaVision fun that we've been having over here. Thank you all so much for tuning in every single week for my little review, spoiler talk type of thing. I wish this show could last forever, but all good things must come to an end. Let's get started. I'm so sad that the show ended. I am going to recap everything that happened and some little things that I noticed. Some things that stuck out to me the most. And we'll talk about my thoughts on the episode, my thoughts on the entire show as a whole. The show's over, so there's nothing to theorize about, but yeah, let's get started on this episode. I'm sorry if the background is kind of distracting because I changed it up. So if you see got my Mjolnir in the back and my Valkyrie and Thor Funkos up there, got my Infinity Gauntlet and my Giant Man, so you guys probably saw it on my Instagram. This is it. This is the finale. Wanda Maximoff and versus Agatha Harkness. Insane. I know this is something that us comic fans have been excited about because this is a big deal. Agatha coming into play and Wanda finally being called the Scarlet Witch. It's just it's a massive deal. If you don't think so, I don't know what to tell you. This is a huge deal. And you should be scared. You should be scared, especially how this episode ends. Anyways, Wanda attacks Agatha to break her hold on Billy and Tommy because she has Billy and Tommy in this weird chokehold. And they tried to get out, but they couldn't. But she ends up telling them to go into the house and stay in their rooms. Very much like a mom. Very, she's a mom. So Agatha reveals that she can absorb Wanda's magic, and that's one of her things. And basically we saw that in the last episode where we saw her drain the powers of her coven. She can use that chaos magic as well once she absorbs it all. So this was something that she could bargain with. So she wanted to take Wanda's powers, and so Wanda can stay in her little hex with her family and the people of Westview can be at peace. Wanda's not gonna let go of her magic because she's too smart for that. So she kind of throws Agatha to the curb with a car. I think it's her car. You can see once the car hits the house and she goes and looks underneath the car, it looks like the Wicked Witch of the, I think it's the Wicked Witch of the East that gets stuck underneath the house. So, listen, Wicked Witch of the Westview, I said this in my previous video, y'all. I was like, oh my god, Wicked Witch of the Westview. I was so excited. I was like, ah. And then Wanda is approached by White Vision, Spectral Vision, and she recognizes as the original body. That's the first thing she notices. She's like, Vision? She knows that's not Hex Vision, that's Vision. And she's not aware that Vision is no longer the Vision that she left in Infinity War. Then he attempts to kill her and grabs her by the head and squishes her head, kind of like the juicer in That's So Raven. I was scared. I was like, oh my god, this is nasty, because you hear the squelching of her head. No thanks. But then Wanda's Vision, Hex Vision if you will, arrives and battles White Vision. And she basically tells Vision I'm sorry, I regret everything, I regret not telling you about the Hex. And Wanda fights Agatha, White Vision fights Hex Vision. As they go and fight of their counterparts, you can see Monica, she's trapped by Pietro, who refuses to let her leave. And then she discovers that there's an ownership of the house, and she discovers that this house is owned by a person named Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner?
Boner.
When I tell you I laughed, that was the first thing I did. I was like, no, they're not doing this. They made a dig joke about Ralph and Pietro. He is not Peter Maximoff. So it's revealed he is not Peter Maximoff from the Fox movies. He's not him. He is Ralph Bohner, an amateur actor. People have said that he could be the missing person from the witness protection program that Jimmy was trying to like find when he found out about Westview. So maybe he's that, but whatever. Monica discovers that the necklace that he was wearing was enchanted by Agatha, and she rips it off of him, and he's freed of the sorcery, and he like comes back and he's like, don't hurt me, because he had like Quicksilver powers. She is a sick woman. Agatha is a sick woman for that. Wow, like that's crazy that she like could mimic the powers of Quicksilver so well. Like he had so much power against Monica. Like he actually like pushed her with one finger. Like, okay. At Sword, Jimmy Boo is, he got caught for like, trying to get back into the Hex without Sword's, approval. And Jimmy like kind of like hides this phone while he's handcuffed, and he like argues with Hayward, and then he tells them that the FBI is coming and within the hour, and then he's just bluffing. But then he finds out that he could like, he could communicate with the FBI and call them up and be like, come in within the hour. He contacts everybody at Quantico, which is where he previously worked. And so Agatha ambushes Wanda in the town square, and she reveals she is an entire chapter in the Darkhold. They said the Darkhold. I was like, oh my god, they really did this. Like they really actually brought the Darkhold into the MCU. This is a big deal because the Darkhold actually has like wreaked havoc in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. world. The last time we saw the Darkhold in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was with Ghost Rider. So is Ghost Rider coming into the MCU? Maybe. She calls the Darkhold the Book of the Damned. Kind of like separating it a little bit from the comics origin, but whatever. So according to the book, it says the Scarlet Witch is forged into existence and is not bound to a coven or incantation, and possesses magic surpassing that of the Sorcerer Supreme. Boom. That means she is more powerful than Doctor Strange himself. That is, oh god. And it's interesting. You want to know why? Because in Endgame, when Banner meets up with the Ancient One when he's trying to get the Time Stone in New York 2012, the Ancient One says like, Strange is meant to be the best of us. She knows that Strange was supposed to be like the most powerful sorcerer supreme of her time. So interesting how Wanda can surpass the abilities of the Sorcerer Supreme, and he is the most powerful Sorcerer Supreme thus far. Sorcerer Supreme, Sorcerer Supreme, Sorcerer Supreme. Say it 3 times fast. Horrible. I'm never saying it again. But anyways, as Wanda like basically tries to reject the correlation to the light, Agatha like releases the Hex power on each citizen. She releases Dottie out of the Hex psychosis that she's in, and then Dottie immediately goes to Wanda. I have a daughter. She's 8. Please let me see her. She's been in her room. Like she was trapped. Her daughter was trapped in the room. Like, are you kidding? Oh my god, this entire scene is very intense. This entire sequence is very intense when she like lifts the Hex from the citizens of Westview's, like, everybody starts to immediately go after her. Everybody's just pleading her to let go of the Hex, and it's very overwhelming. So Wanda, what does she do? She bursts that power again and ends up choking them. Billy and Tommy, they feel Wanda's anguish, and so they like, okay, we can't stay in our rooms, we gotta go help our mom. So they end up leaving the house, and then Wanda reverses the choking little spell that she did, and she immediately is like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Like I feel so bad because Wanda doesn't know what she's doing, and at the same time she does. I feel like she is kind of like very similar to Naruto, how he has the fox spirit in his body, and it kind of comes out every once in a blue moon, and it kind of takes over this pure innocent personality that Naruto has. So it's very similar to that. Like Wanda is not in control of these powers, and she's not fully aware of what she can do with them, and so that affects her and affects people around her. So boom, we'll get back to that later. But yeah, she begins to destroy the hex. She opens it up for them. She's like, go, leave, and like everybody begins to leave. As like the reality starts to like flip around, like we see all the eras come back over and over again. Wanda's vision, Hex vision, Billy and Tommy, they begin to like come back to her, and they disintegrate, and they like pixelate away, just like the House of M comic images. Like the imagery is so similar, the way they like pixelate away. It's so sad. So she decides to stop the process of like breaking the hex down, even though she ends up like freeing all of those people. Maximoff family, they reunite, they hug. It's so cute. It's such a cute moment. It makes me want to cry. But they're confronted by Agatha and White Vision, and then Hayward and Sword.
I never really prepared you for this.
But you were born for it.
That whole dialogue exchange, oh my god, they did that. That was so cute. And then you see them, they do this little like superpower family like pose. So Hex Vision and White Vision, they fight. Wanda and Agatha, they fight. And then Billy and Tommy get like handle the Sword troops, and like the Wiccan and Speed jump out of them, and they wash those Sword troopers. Like, who cares? Like literally, like it was so easy to take them out, but they did it, and I was like, my kids. Hayward comes in with his vehicle, and then he gets out of his car and he's about to shoot them, and then Monica's like, no, and then she goes and stands in front of them, takes the bullets. Hayward shoots at Monica, and it goes right through her. Her eyes are glowing yellow, so I think her eyes change with the colors that her powers are associated with. So I guess like her body changing that way turned her eyes yellow. Whatever. I don't like that they did that, but we'll get into that at the end of this video. Anyways, Hayward decides to use his car to like ram all of them like into the ground. He's a sick man. Like something's wrong with him. Just before he is about to like ram them with the car, he gets hit by a car, and the car is Darcy driving the food truck. Yes. I wish that Monica blasted him with some photon powers or something, but I feel like that would have really, I don't know, tonal shift, I guess. But I would have loved to see Monica beat the hell out of Hayward. I was very upset that that didn't happen, but it's okay. And so the two visions basically duel in the public library. And White Vision, he's like, his prime directive is to destroy the vision. And then they both realize that they're not the true vision. So they have this like mind to mind conversation. It's like so intellectual. I'm like, yeah, this is the most vision a fight could get. You know what I mean? Basically, the White Vision doesn't have the Mind Stone, and he doesn't have the memories, but Hex Vision doesn't have organic material. So basically, he like kind of tricks White Vision with this entire theory. It's called the ship of Theseus. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but it took me a while to understand it, and I was like, oh shit, I know what they're doing now. The original memories that were stored away because Sword wanted to create a more easily controlled vision. So what happens when Hex Vision restores his memories? Who is he now? He is Vision. So that's exactly what he does. Hex Vision restores the memory of the Vision and frees him of Sword's control. His past life is restored, and he realizes that he's the one true Vision, and then he leaves Westview. I don't understand why they did that. In my opinion, I feel like they could have woken up. They did wake up Vision. They woke up White Vision. He is now Vision because his eyes went back to normal, but his color didn't go back to normal. He's probably like traumatized from dying twice. So he's probably like, oh, what? Like who the hell am I? But he knows he's Vision. So I don't know what they're doing with that. That was very bad. I didn't like that he just flew away and we didn't hear from him again. Like, hello? Give us some answers. Like, are you kidding? I was very mad. But whatever. So he flies away. We don't see him. So we're probably going to see him in Multiverse of Madness or whatever movie comes out with Wanda and Vision. But now we know that the original Vision came back. He didn't need the Mind Stone. He has the memories back. I don't think he has the memories of the Hex. If he doesn't have the memories of the Hex, I will be so mad. I will be so, like, aren't they connected? Like, oh my god. If he doesn't have those memories, like, he doesn't realize, like, what Wanda did for him. He doesn't know. I'm really upset about this. Like, why'd they do that? He flies away, and then Hex Vision reunites with the children, and then Wanda like ambushes Agatha, and then she kind of like does this like hallucination thing. She is so funny. Like, she like tricks her and she does like this. She's like, and then like flies, like disappears, and then she comes back and she does her like little red wiggly woos that she did in Age of Ultron. And kind of brings her back to the trial that Agatha was in 1693, and then her like execution. She reanimates the deceased wishes of the coven, and then they immediately recognize Wanda. They don't go after Agatha. They immediately recognize Wanda as the Scarlet Witch, the harbinger of chaos. Like, they're like dead set on getting Wanda, and then Wanda's tied at the stake, and then Agatha offers her plea, basically, like, you know, you can keep Westview in exchange for your power. And so it seems like Wanda accepts the bargain, and so she like transfers the magic to Agatha, and then she's like letting all this power go. She's like beaming all this power, and then she like, you see her beaming at the wall, like missing Agatha, and Agatha's like, you're dumb. And then she's beaming at the wall, beaming at Agatha, beaming at the wall, and then you see her like full on go whoosh, and she's disintegrating. Her hands turning gray, her body's turning gray, she's getting all wrinkly, just like the coven. So it's revealed that it was just a little hoax just to trick Agatha. And it's revealed that Wanda casted the same runes, the same sigils that Agatha had casted in her basement so that Wanda couldn't use her power. And them runes, they were huge, like they were massive, like in the background. Oh my god. And they're like fighting in the sky, and like everything's like red. First of all, how didn't Agatha realize that she was still Wanda, like she was still the Scarlet Witch? Because she's flying up in the air. If she was dead, she would have dropped to the ground like the witches in Salem. So she's done for that. She let her guard down, and she proceeds to get her power back. She gets her power back. She drains Agatha of her power as well, and Wanda transforms. Wanda transforms, and you see the headpiece, her body. She's like all Scarlet Witchy with her powers, and she's like at her prime now. Like, she's makes Agatha powerless, and then Agatha's like, you have no idea what you just unleashed, and then she like brings her down to the ground, and then basically Agatha's like, don't do this, like don't kill me because you need me, I can tell you what to do, blah blah blah, you don't know what you've unleashed. And Wanda's like, oh, I'm not gonna kill you, I'm gonna keep you here in Westview. And then Wanda basically like touches her, and boom, she's Agnes, the Agnes that we've been watching for the entire show. She's dumb. Like, are you kidding? You thought you were gonna outsmart Wanda? Are you dumb? Like, the girl who almost killed Thanos, like, you're dumb if you thought that you were gonna defeat her. But anyways, I saw it coming. I was like, there's no way Wanda's gonna die, and there's no way Wanda's gonna let go of her powers. Are you dumb? Anyways, and so she reverts Agatha into her Agnes personality, and she's so, you know, like the Agnes that I loved. I was so happy when I saw her come back again. I was like laughing at all her little witty jokes and stuff. So she's trapped in Westview. The Hex begins to shrink, and then she reunites with the kids again and Vision knows that it's time. It's their time to go, and they will not be surviving. And Hex Vision is aware, but the kids aren't, so they go back home. Sorry, I'm gonna get emotional. Why would they do this? I'm so sad. Oh my god. Wanda and Vision, they tuck them into bed. Oh my god. Y'all, if this wasn't the most emotional shit I've ever seen in my life, she tucks them into bed. You know, they say goodbye for the final time, and then Vision is like, he's like in tears as well. Like, he knows like this is goodbye for all of them. Like, he's not gonna see them again either. Like, he's not real. They're not real. Oh my god, I was so mad. I really thought Billy and Tommy were gonna live, but anyways, god damn it. Anyways, so the hex begins to close, and it's closing in on the house, and so they say their final goodbye, and then Wanda thanks them for choosing her to be their mother. Are you kidding me? Anyways, oh god, this sucks. So Wanda and Vision, they're like closing out the lights in the house, and then Vision like turns on the light, and he's like, I read in a book that if it's bad luck if you say goodbye in the dark, and she's like, no, you didn't. And then he's like, yeah, I just wanted to see you one last time. You gotta be kidding me, man. I was literally like, don't do this, man. This is not it. This is not it. God damn it. I was crying this entire time, like sobbing. I'm not gonna cry because I'm just now putting the powder. And so as the hex is closing in, Vision has one last question for her. He's like, what am I? And she's like, you're Vision. You're the piece of the Mind Stone that still lives inside of me. You're my hope, blah, 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 blah. I can't express it the way she does, so I'm gonna put the clip here. No, they really got me. Like, they got me good. I was done. It was 3 a.m. when I was watching this. I was crying like a little baby, sobbing. I was boo-hooing. Like, they really got me this time. So Vision, he realizes, you know, he was first a voice with no body, then a body but not human, and now he's just a memory. Fuck. That reminded me of when Rose Dawson in Titanic, when she says that you know, she has no picture of Jack. All she has is him in her memory. God damn it. God, why would you do that? He wonders what his next form will be the next time they see each other. He's like, this is not goodbye. This is just a means of us saying hello again one day. Fuck off. They got me good. They profess their undying love, and then the hex consumes them, and she's holding Vision, and then you could see the eras passing by them as like they're like going in a circle. Oh my god, it's too much. You see like everything goes back to black and white, and then you see the house falling apart again as it was building in the last episode. Oh my god, I'm about to cry. And then Vision says, so long, darling. Fuck off. I'm okay. That's it. The house is gone. Vision's gone. God, I'm crying again. And then Billy and Tommy are gone too. God, fuck off. Anyways. And so Wanda, she's back in that outfit that she was in when she created the hex, when she broke down and created that burst of energy in the beginning. And she puts on her hood and she walks. She leaves her car there. Why would she leave her car there? She just returns to the town square. All the people of Westview are back to normal. They're watching Wanda and they're like, you bitch. And then Monica, she goes to Monica. Monica's like, oh, they'll never know what she sacrificed for this. And Wanda explains, like, no, that wouldn't change the way they see me. And then Monica says, given Wanda's power, she would have brought her mother back. Tears again. Are you kidding me? God damn it. And then Wanda, like, she apologizes for what she did. She messed up big time. She hurt all those people in the hex. She hurt Monica. And she lied to Vision, and it was just too much. And she just says like there's so much to learn about her power, and that she promises that she'll learn. And then Monica bids her farewell. She's like, good luck, and she's like, goodbye, Monica, and she leaves. And then Wanda flies away, and then you can see her flying through Westview, and then she sees the Westview sign. She flies away. That is the end of the episode. Post-credit scenes. Woo! We got some pretty good post-credit scenes. I'm actually very happy with the post-credit scenes we got. But let's talk about them. Mid-credit scene, Monica reunites with Jimmy, and then Jimmy's like kind of taking over the investigation. Go off. I love Jimmy. I'm happy he has a job still, so Hayward is escorted out in handcuffs. He's going to jail. He's going to die and suffer in jail, as he should. An FBI agent tells Monica that they're waiting for her in the theater, and then Monica goes in the theater's empty, and then the FBI agent reveals to be a scroll sent by an old friend of her mother regarding a mission up there in space. Cynthia was like, heaven? I'm like, no girl, in space. My sister. Anyways, and so it's revealed that the scroll was sent by Nick Fury. Nick Fury wants her to go to space, and so that means that during this time, like during the 9 months too far from home where Nick was revealed to be in the Sword headquarters up in space, that means Monica's probably up there too at that point. So yay. We're gonna see more of Monica in Captain Marvel 2. I hope that we get an entirely bigger arc. I know that the directors and the writers are going to do her absolutely justice. She deserves justice. I feel like they definitely they messed up towards the end of her arc in the show. I'll get into that in a bit, but yeah, I just wanted to say that. And then boom, that's the end of the mid-credit scene. Post-credit scene happens. Wanda is now in the wilderness by herself. She's isolated. She's kind of like an exile. And so she's like pouring her tea, sipping her tea, whatever. And then you go into the room, and then you see Wanda, and she's just like flipping the pages of the Darkhold. She's studying that book. And then she hears the cries of Billy and Tommy. So she's gonna bring them back. She's gonna bring them back in I don't know which movie, but she's gonna bring them back. So we're gonna see the problems with that, because the Darkhold, that's gonna be a big problem. A big problem. That is the end of WandaVision. So my thoughts on the finale, I definitely think that it was a pretty good ending to the show. I definitely believe there were some things that we could have gotten a little bit better. I feel like a lot of fan theories were so much better than what we got, but you know, obviously Marvel had this plan for such a long time, so you know, we just gotta trust in them and see what they do with her character and everybody else. But I'm definitely disappointed with a few things. So I'm definitely disappointed with the whole Pietro thing. That was very dumb. I thought that was like, it was funny, but like also like, damn, like come on, like really. I feel like it's gonna be like revealed that it's actually Peter Maximoff from the Fox movies, but I don't know. I thought it was just really like a cheap thing. It was very cheap. I didn't like that. Don't like what they did with Vision. I love the scene of it was literally like in Scott Pilgrim with Nega Scott and then Scott Pilgrim, they like go at it and then they become friends at the end. He's like, oh, he's actually a cool guy. Like that. I really loved the whole fight with Vision. I thought it was very clever the way they did that. Very Vision. But unfortunately, we just don't know what happened with White Vision. Hopefully they bring that back in Multiverse of Madness or something. I want some answers, man. I feel like we're not going to see him for a while. I feel like we're not going to see him in those movies, in Spider-Man No Way Home, and then in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I don't think we're going to see him in those, so it's very confusing. But we know that Vision survived, which is okay with me. I just don't like that he doesn't have the Hex memories. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I don't know, maybe he does, but I don't think he does, which really sucks. But hopefully he somehow gained those memories. Hopefully they retcon that. It would be really foolish if he didn't have those memories. I feel like they're so important to the arc of Wanda and Vision. Like, come on. Like, really? Like, really, you're gonna leave the memories up until he dies? Not a pretty good thing to, like, you know, I mean, it was the foundation of the relationship, so he still has that, but still, like, the whole thing of them getting married, having children, and like this whole arc, very important for him to know that Wanda did this for him, and, you know, for him to know that she messed up big time. So he has to know that she is not the right Wanda, the Wanda that he fell in love with. She's too far gone. I'm telling you, with that Darkhold, she is too far gone. Like, oh Christ, they really. I'm telling y'all, nothing good is gonna come out of this. But I'm very happy to watch. I love to see things crumble. My favorite thing. I did not like what they did with Monica's arc. I'm very disappointed in that. And I'll tell you a few reasons why. I read this article on Twitter. I thought it was very important to note. I think that, you know, I just want to reiterate the things that were said in this article because, you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to overstep. So I definitely want to mention this article, and it says that the finale failed Monica and it matters, and this article brings up the misogynoir that she's been dealing with the entire series with, you know, Hayward, and then Wanda, like, you know, throwing her out of the hex. Like, it's very violent. Like, she had a very violent arc in this story, and it felt like she was like a punching bag sometimes. She deserves like a moment. That's okay. So in this article, the person says Monica Rambeau deserves a moment that is entirely hers and no one else's. Don't invite Black women to save the day unless you plan to get out of their way, and then give them credit for doing so once it's all said and done. So yeah, like the fact that she like stepped in front of Billy and Tommy when they were gonna get shot, but like Billy actually like stopped the bullet from like getting there. So I feel like Billy and Tommy could have handled that. You know what I mean? Like they handled all those agents pretty well. I don't understand why they had to bring Monica to do that. It was very the imagery of like Black people being shot and like them being bulletproof. It relays in comics very well, but in actual live action media it could be very traumatizing to Black people. So I definitely understand and agree that that imagery wasn't necessary. I don't think it was necessary. I know that Monica's powers are very, very strong. She's a very strong character, but I feel like her being strong and strong-willed and brave, that shouldn't be the foundation of her character. Know what I mean? Tying into that, someone else says right here that they caught so much weird Karen energy from Wanda and Agatha, which I agree with. Like they definitely like had that like Karen energy in episode 7, right before Agatha reveals herself. It just feels like Monica's like only like showing her true potential when she's out to save white individuals in the show. So don't like that. I agree with this entire article. I'll link it down below so you guys can read it. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to steal this person's words. I want you all to read up on this article. I agree with everything that they said. It's a very important piece and something that needs to be said. Hopefully she will get some well-deserved justice in Captain Marvel 2, which a Black woman is directing. So I hope that, you know, she gets the justice that she deserves. I am very upset that they did this. They definitely needed a 10th episode to fully flesh out that entire arc of Monica. I was really hoping that we would get like, you know, some full photon powers. You know, this is her origin story. Her origin story is in WandaVision. I know people are like, this is WandaVision, it's not Monica Vision. Shut up, because they gave us an entire arc of Monica being this character. At least fully flesh it out. You know what I mean? Like, don't cut it off midway and make us wait for the next movie. That's so whack. It's like a cop-out kind of. I'm very upset with that. I didn't like that. You know, this is a secondary character. I feel like they gave Agatha a better arc than her, and it's not fair. They even did Agatha's character justice. They gave her the justice that Agatha deserved. She deserved to be caught in that hex and stay there forever. But I feel like Monica's story was so unfinished in this series. I really hope that they do her justice in Captain Marvel 2. I will be so upset if they just leave her as a side character to Carol Danvers. I feel like that might be what will happen, unfortunately, and I really don't want that to be the case. I really don't want them to mess this up. And it's so crazy because Monica, her arc in the comics, she was the first person in the comics to be named Captain Marvel, you know what I mean? So this is important. Like, they need to acknowledge that Monica is who she is. She is one of the greatest characters that was written in Marvel Comics. So I hope that they just do her justice. God damn it, I'm very upset about that. But yeah, hopefully you read that article. Hopefully, you know, we have a discussion in the comments down below. But yeah, that was just very terrible. I didn't really agree with that, and hopefully they fix that up in the next movies that she's in. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Monica so much. She is one of my favorite characters from this show. I'm very happy that we got to see so much more of her. We saw, like, you know, a great character being written and, like, you know, coming about. They casted her so well. I love Tiana Paris. She acted the hell out of Monica. It was very, very good. I feel like they definitely fell short with the ending of her arc. But that's where I get into my next point of why this finale was a little bit disappointing. The finale felt rushed, you know? It was 50 minutes, longest episode in the entire series, but it felt very unfinished. I felt like I got nothing from the finale. I feel like it wasn't really satisfying for me. I feel like it was very rushed. I feel like the pandemic kind of stumped them a bit, because, you know, they had to resume filming after, like, stopping midway into filming the series. So they had to come back and film that finale, like, months after they were already ready to. And so I feel like they probably, like, rushed the finale a little bit because they probably had a really short time frame to continue filming and finish filming, because they put their air date to January. So it's like, I don't know, man. It felt very rushed. I'm not gonna lie. And it's not, like, let's not talk about, like, fan theories for a moment. Like, honestly, like, it was rushed. And if you don't agree with that, totally fine. Understand. But in my point of view, I feel like I could have seen another episode of this, and it should have been like a part 1, part 2 finale. I feel like that would have done it absolute justice. This deserved to be a 10 episode arc. And it could have been fully fleshed out so much better. There was a lot going on, so much going on. It felt like Endgame, and I'm not a big fan of Endgame. I'm not a big fan of, like, the way that they did Endgame. It's not one of my favorite movies of the MCU, so it felt very Endgame, and I didn't like that. I don't know. I feel like I would have loved to see the consequences of Wanda's actions. Like, she did some terrible things, very terrible things, y'all. Like, she had these people in a literal hex. Like, she was hexing all these people and, like, had them away from their families, like, had them imprisoned in this place. No, they couldn't have any control over their emotions, over their actions, you know. They were being put to work and stuff. Like, it was like she enslaved all these people. Like, let's talk about it. I would have loved to see the consequences of her actions, you know what I mean? I feel like we could have seen something, you know, a little, like, you know, a little step back. But you know, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Darcy at the end, she was literally in for one scene. She probably wasn't available to continue filming because of the pandemic. Jimmy's felt rushed as well. We got a little shine from him. I don't know. I feel like they needed, like, a few more minutes to flesh out this entire finale. Very weird. Hopefully they just, you know, tie all these loose strings up in the future movies. I really hope, because it's gonna be very disappointing if we get no answers for another 5 movies. That would suck. In the end, this is Wanda's solo movie. This entire series was literally a 6-hour movie about Wanda and about her arc and her development, her whole thing of being, you know, she's growing into being the Scarlet Witch. Let's talk about my overall thoughts on the entire show as a whole. I love this show. It was amazing. It was one of the best pieces of the MCU that we've gotten so far. I feel like my favorite piece of the MCU is Infinity War, and I feel like this is like not too far from Infinity War. I have a lot of favorite movies. I'll do like a tier list video one of these days, but yeah, I really did enjoy the show for what it was. I loved the whole sitcom thing. It was so much fun. I loved the mystery up until we got the answers. I just loved it all. I thought it was so interesting. The commercials, it was so well done, so well produced. They really got on the nose with all of the different eras of sitcom. I really loved it. I had so much fun watching this show, so much fun theorizing with all of you and just theorizing everything that, you know, what could have happened and what didn't happen. I enjoyed watching it all come together and fall apart at the same time. It was really fun to watch. There were some things that I wish they did and wish they didn't do, but in the end, this is Wanda's solo movie / show. So this whole story is about Wanda. This whole thing is to develop Wanda, and I feel like they did that very well. We got a lot about Wanda. I am so happy that they're developing shows that are really centering these characters that needed to be fleshed out. WandaVision, I wasn't a fan of them before. I said this before. I was not a fan of them before. But now the way I cried for them, like the fact that I really cried for them is telling. Like, wow, I really had emotions for them. It's crazy. Like, I was really sad for them, you know what I mean? Yeah, I loved it. I loved it so much. This show really got me out of a huge funk this winter. And it really got me out of my bed to film YouTube videos every week, which is really fun. I'm really happy with what they did with this show. I feel like I'm not gonna finish my makeup, so let me just put my mascara on and like pretend like this is the makeup look for today. Yeah, I feel like this show really did what it was set out to do. It introduced us to some amazing characters. We were introduced to the Scarlet Witch. We were introduced to Vision, White Vision, and we were introduced to Agatha and Monica Rambeau. I feel like they did a great job at introducing these characters. These characters are definitely going to be very big pieces in the MCU in the near future. I mean, this is only phase 4. This is a new phase of the entire new saga of the MCU that they're building up, which I'm very excited for. They have a lot to do. Phase 4, there's a lot of things. Wow, this is a pretty big phase. Like, I'll show you right now, like, this phase is the biggest phase so far. Like, we got a lot of phases. We have 1, 2, and 3, and that is the whole 22 movie arc. But here we have like 5 shows to look forward to and like a bunch of movies to look forward to for just phase 4. Like, we haven't even heard about phase 5. This is a big deal. So I'm very happy that we got this from Marvel. This is probably one of my favorite things that they've done. It made me love WandaVision so much more. I got to have a new favorite character, Monica Rambeau, and a new favorite villain, Agatha Harkness. I thought she was an incredible villain. I know a lot of people were riding for that Mephisto nightmare train, but I'm really glad that we got like a female villain. You know, I like female villains. I really loved Hela in Thor Ragnarok, so I really enjoyed Agatha in this, you know, arc. I think it was very fun to look forward to. I don't know what else to say, y'all. I thought it was really good. I'm gonna miss it so much because I was very like, wow, this show really ran my life for a couple of weeks, let me tell you. Like, this show really like had me had me by my neck. I would have loved a season 2, but we're not gonna get one because this show is a mini series, so this show just directly ties into another movie. Like I said, Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, these pieces of the MCU are creating the multiverse saga, or so they say. So we will be getting much more of the story and much more of Wanda very soon. Alright, theories, thoughts on the MCU for the future. I put my glasses on because I don't have any eye makeup on, so I have to have something because I'm gonna look naked. So here is me just, just talking about what I think might happen in the MCU thus far. Like, god damn it. So like I said, WandaVision is 9 months before the events of Far From Home. So in the timeline, this show comes right before Far From Home. There is a lot that might have happened in those 9 months. Wanda could possibly be already well versed in the Darkhold. This is terrible. God, she is going to be the villain of Multiverse of Madness. I'm calling it now. Like, she's not going to be an ally to Doctor Strange. There will be a fight in the astral realm because you see her at the end, she's astral projecting, and it was mirroring that scene in Doctor Strange when he took one of the books in Carmartage and he basically like sleeps while his astral projection is reading through the book, and that book was tied to the dark dimension. So is the Darkhold tied to the dark dimension? Was Agatha getting her powers from the dark dimension? Agatha knew so much about Wanda. She knew a lot about her that Wanda had no idea. And Agatha won't even give her she won't even get the chance to tell Wanda about what she knows about the Scarlet Witch. So Wanda has to learn for herself. She has to learn from just one book. I'm pretty sure Agatha has so many more years of knowledge about the Scarlet Witch. So she will have to go back to Westview and talk to Agatha about her powers. So we will definitely be seeing that in Multiverse of Madness. Agatha's gonna come back for sure. I definitely think that she's going to be a very important character, very much like Loki. Like, she's just gonna show up. I think she will have a change of heart. Maybe she's just gonna be one of those characters like Loki that turns good for a moment and then she turns back evil. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get Agatha back and she is going to teach Wanda the ways. I'm so nervous for No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home. So this movie was meant to be the multiverse Spider-Man movie. It's not really looking like that since WandaVision comes right before No Way Home. Far From Home and No Way Home are minutes apart. Like, they're gonna go right after Spider-Man finds out that everybody knows he's Peter Parker. So we're gonna see that conflict throughout the entire movie, it seems. There's a lot of leaks floating around. There's a lot of set photos. So it looks like people are against Spider-Man because they believe Mysterio and they believe that he actually killed Mysterio and, took advantage of Edith against him and caused all the damage in London, in Prague, all these places that Mysterio did this entire time. So we will see the effects of that. Spider-Man's probably going to court because there's actually like leaks of like a character being a lawyer or something. So people are theorizing that maybe it's Daredevil, Matt Murdock, because he's a lawyer. So maybe he's coming into play, which is really interesting because Daredevil and Spider-Man had like an arc together in the comics. So that would be really cute if they did that. But Doctor Strange is confirmed to be in No Way Home. He actually filmed his portion of the movie first before continuing his movie in Multiverse of Madness. They're filming that right now as No Way Home is finishing up filming in this month, I think. I think this month they're going to finish No Way Home and then they will probably finish Multiverse of Madness in the spring. So we got a lot. We got a lot to look forward to. We don't have a trailer for No Way Home yet. All we know is that this movie is going to be very interesting. If they go the route of Peter being on the run, hiding from people, you know, he doesn't want to be seen because if he goes home, May Parker is in danger, like everybody's in danger, all his friends are in danger, his school is in danger, you know, like if everybody knows that he's Peter Parker, like it's over for him. Like this is a very big deal that everybody knows that Peter is Spider-Man. It's not like how Tony was Iron Man. It's not like how people reacted to that. I mean, come on, he's a billionaire. They're not gonna like grab their torches and pitchforks for him. Peter's a kid, of course they're gonna antagonize him. Like it's going down, girl. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. All we have are these photos that were released when No Way Home was revealed to be the title. So all we know are these photos. I'm pretty sure that these are just photos of Peter, MJ, and Ned running from, you know, being on the run, or maybe they're even meeting Doctor Strange and discussing things with him. He's definitely going to call for Doctor Strange's help. Hopefully they can go, you know, a different way in this movie, other than him being on the run, maybe even build the multiverse this way. But yeah, there's something to be learned here. There's a lot to look forward to. Don't know what Multiverse of Madness is about at all, but we do know that America Chavez is confirmed. America Chavez has the ability to jump dimensions. She can travel through different dimensions. So the title in itself is a spoiler. Like, we know the multiverse is coming, but we don't know to what extent. Now that we know that Wanda's in it, perhaps she might have tapped into the dark hole too much and caused the multiverse, which will be probably the end conflict of Spider-Man. We might see, you know, the different Spider-Man come out. It's rumored that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in the end of Spider-Man, but I don't know about that now. After all these like rumors and leaks of like Mephisto being the villain in WandaVision, Nightmare being the villain, Pietro Maximoff being Peter Maximoff from the Fox movies, so like I can't even trust fan theories at this point. Like, you're not supposed to trust them anyway, but I can't even trust leaks either, because there were so many leaks of WandaVision on Reddit that were from reliable leakers, like really reliable leakers that leaked episodes to the T, but they got the finale wrong. Like, how you got that one thing wrong? So can't trust leakers either. But there's so much to look forward to. They're currently filming Thor Love and Thunder as well. We're gonna see a totally different arc. It's not directly tied into Wanda at all. It's its own different movie, and it's gonna be so fun to watch that as well, because I love Taika Waititi. I think what he does with Thor's character is great. I love it. I truly do. But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, and I just can't wait to sit back and watch, y'all. This is gonna be fun. Also, we have The Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming up. That is coming up literally in 2 weeks, I believe. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. I will be doing these little Marvel and makeup videos with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episodes. I personally love Sam and Bucky together. This show is probably gonna be like one of those buddy cop action packed, so it's gonna be very fun. I literally have the Sam and Bucky Funko Pops. I bought them. They're so cute. I also bought Wanda and Vision from the Halloween episode. I'm sorry, I love them. I love them. I'm so sad. I love them together. This is really sad. And we also got Loki coming in June, which is also going to be super fun. I'm gonna get into Loki in probably another video, but I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well. We will be doing more videos, more Marvel and makeup videos. This is gonna continue forever, however long you guys want it to continue. But yeah, I appreciate all of you for supporting my channel, for supporting this makeup series, for supporting my videos. I appreciate you all just tuning in, commenting, telling me all your theories. I love chatting with you guys on Twitter and Instagram, so don't forget to follow me on those social media platforms. You can follow me at cutcreaser everywhere else. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and this was really fun. I'm very sad that WandaVision is over, but we have so much more to look forward to that has to deal with Wanda's arc and Monica's arc and Jimmy's arc and everybody's arc. I think that we have so much to look forward to. to. My campaign for a Jimmy Woo show is starting now. They need to give us a show. I love Jimmy. I need a show. I need a show of him, you know? Agents of Atlas. Come on, give us that. Thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. It has been so much fun just talking about WandaVision. This show is amazing. And if you haven't seen it and you've just been watching my videos, go watch it for yourself. Click out and just watch it and enjoy it for what it is. I loved it and I thought it was fantastic. And yeah, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.